Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to another episode of our SkyFactory 2.5 modded Minecraft Let's Play series. So if you recall, last episode we spent some time setting up our RF tools alternate dimensions, and if you recall we were only able to make void worlds. Well, Mose and Ian commented on the last video and had found the config file, or the config line that you need to edit. It's under the RF Tools main config, and it is void only, and set that to false. I just kind of missed it down in there, but that is what you change. I did it in a test world, and it did create a legit dimension, like with ground and everything. So if you want those kind of worlds, I haven't set one up here yet, but if you want like a normal world, that's what you need to change. But anyway, this episode, we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different. I've been playing with this system, and let me go ahead and pull this out, actually. You'll notice I have a bunch of storage cells in here that I just made. Autocrafted, I got 4 64s, and I got a couple of the 256s. Now, this system, I'm going to show you, for some reason, it doesn't work with the 256s. It's weird. Even when I set a fuzzy card in there, it doesn't work, set to match only, but it does work with the 64, so that's what we're going to go with. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into it. The first thing that we're going to do is, if you recall, we set up a super Soaring drive over here for our deep storage units, but we haven't done one for our ME drives. We've only got this one little measly drive set up. And I mean, it's not full or anything, but we can go ahead and start kind of planning for the future, and with a big, expansive ME drive system. So what we're going to do, the first thing that we're going to do, is I've actually got a lot of these pieces already made up because I was testing and playing with it and everything. Let's get a controller. Oops, it's not wanting to type my T's. Okay, there we go. And let's get some smart cables. Okay, and let's get some quartz fiber. Actually, let me go ahead and make a little bit more of that. That's fine. It should craft relatively fast. Okay. And then let's get, oops, some storage buses. Let's go ahead and make a few more of these, actually. Like 20 sounds great, and that'll do us for now. And then let's get an import bus, a few of those, and let's get an export bus. And then we're going to want a redstone card, crafting card, and I do believe that's the main things. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I've actually still got this set up for Fluix. Let's quickly change that over. It'll make it a little bit easier on us. We'll go from the Fluix, we'll just change over for the smart purple cable. And now you will notice this does change the way the terminals display. It changes their color a little bit. And then what we're going to do is, let's grab our pink cable, or our lime cable, sorry. I was using pink in a test world, and so I forgot what color I was using on here. Okay. And then we're just going to set our terminal into here. And, oh, you know what? No, actually, let's change this. I apologize. Okay, let's change over to the lime on the bottom. Set the purple here. Just because the way I have this set up down here, that'll make it a little bit easier here. And we'll just bring this down. Nope. Let's grab our quartz fiber. We're going to hook that there. And what we're going to do is we're going to make just a small subsystem. And we'll set it up, our controller, just right here. And this will be getting power because of our quartz fiber up there, so that's not going to be an issue. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to make a subsystem that plugs into our drives. And, oh, you know what I forgot was interfaces. So that's fine, I'll make them in a second. Whoops. Okay. Like that. Bring this over. Bring it here. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this out. I think that's going to be how I want it. No. You know what? Let's move that. Set it there. Okay. And then we're just going to hook our storage buses up to these ME drives here. And we'll bring our purple cable down. Like so. And then we can also set this up for a super soaring drive just like we did before. So we could put, say, where do I want to set it? I guess right here. Our storage bus. We'll put a quartz fiber on this because we don't want it just to straight unconnect. And then we'll put a... no, I want an interface. Okay, I forgot to grab interfaces. Let me grab a couple of those. Oops. Okay. Still got a bunch of those made up, so that's not going to be an issue. Put our interface on there, and then we'll hook in our purple cable. Bring it back. Set our storage buses onto there. And then we just need to hook in power, so we'll put our quartz fiber on there and that. So that should connect up. And we'll go ahead and bring that up. Okay, so we've got that system linked up. Now what I can do is I could grab, say, let's find something that's got, this does. Okay, so I can grab this and I could throw it in here and it would automatically get sent, if you notice, to this ME drive. So there it is. But we can't access those items because this is just a subsystem that's only monitoring what's in the ME drives. So then what we're going to do here is we are going to run this lime cable, and we'll plug in another quartz fiber there, and we'll bring this lime cable on over to hook into this, and then we'll also set up a super soaring drive for this system as well. So I think we'll bring that down, yeah, like that. Sorry, it's taking a second because I want to figure out where I want to put everything. Let's see, we've got we don't have any storage. No, I used all the storage buses. Well, we made extras, so let's go grab one of those. And there we go. And we'll just go hook this up. Say right here. Our interface there. And then our lime cable, if I can find it. Oops. Okay, so now that's all hooked up as well. So all these have power. We can access those items. So if we take, say, this drive now, and we check it in the workbench, whoops, no, oh, there it is, okay. Or let's stick it, I'm sorry, not in the workbench, but in the ME chest here. You can see, for example, we have the chance isohedrons that are in there, and chance cubes. So if we pull that back out, We look in the system right now. There is none of that stuff. We throw it just in this. It goes into that slot, and if we look in here, we now have those chance items. So that's all hooked up, and we can see all of our ME drives from this one terminal. So if we want to take some out, move them around, whatever, we can do that just from here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover these in glass. I'm still working on the design for this, so forgive me on that. But that way we can just access the things and move our terminals around from one spot, or our storage drives from one spot. But now what we're going to do is, I forgot to grab the level emitter. We are going to teach our system to automatically make and request these. Anytime that some of these start getting filled up, it's going to request them. So what we're going to do is let's set, what do we want to set this up at? I'm going to say right here. Let me move that. Okay. So we'll put our level emitter right here, and we are going to tell it, let me grab 64K cell. Okay. And I taught our system how to make those storage drives, not just the storage components now. And we're going to put this 64K storage cell in there, and we're going to say 1. So it's only going to emit the signal if there's one 64K storage cell. And we're going to leave it like that. So if you notice, it turned off because there is not a 64K storage cell in there at the moment. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to bring that down and out 1. And we are going to set up a export bus right there. And I can't remember, can I put these directly? Yes. Okay, so we're going to set the export bus right there, and we're going to say you're looking to export 64K ME storage cells. You're going to have a crafting card and a redstone card. And the redstone card is going to say you're only active when you have no signal. So as soon as this gets a 64K cell in there, it's going to go and turn on that redstone signal. It's going to shut off this crafting request and no longer request those. And crafting behavior, we're going to leave it to the crafting behavior for use stocked items or craft items while exporting. And of course the crafting card lets it craft what it's requesting, what it's exporting, and the redstone card is going to allow it to run on the redstone. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to bring this over like that, and it should, let's see, I actually had an issue with it not wanting to export. I had to use a chest. I was seeing if because I was trying to use an interface before, but that didn't work out. So let me see. We may end up changing this over. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to change this over actually and put a chest buffer. Okay. That should be good. Because it's got 64K cells in there, so it should automatically request them. Okay. So let's grab that. And we'll set this chest as the buffer. Just right there. And if you notice, it just dumped all of them in there because they haven't gone into the system just yet. So what we're going to do is let's pull these out really quick. And we'll set up an import bus on this to import the items once they go into the chest. Now if we come over here, you'll notice that it's already went to crafting that. So it'll take it a second to get it crafted. And what we can do is we can actually come over here to our interface and we can tell it to always keep one of these on hand. So that way, well, if you notice I throw one in there and it gets thrown out immediately. But, oh, did it finish crafting that? Yes, it did. Yep, it did. It's crafting the processors right now. But we're going to keep one of these on hand. That way, just we've always got one in the system ready to go whenever it goes to request that. But so I just threw all those storage cells in there, and if you notice, they haven't went anywhere. So since this has an empty cell in there, it's not going to output that item. But if I pull this out, you'll notice in just a second it pops another one in there. And sometimes if they're already pre-crafted, sometimes it throws in two, if we have multiple in there. That's just because it doesn't shut off the redstone signal quick enough for it to move through the chest and everything. Or it shuts it off too fast. So let's go ahead. I'm going to grab all the storage cells that are in here. And by the way, what's going to happen with this is, let's say you have one empty storage cell in there and it gets one item in it. As soon as that happens, it's going to immediately put another one in there. It's not going to wait until this gets totally filled and then try to do it. So theoretically, you really wouldn't have to keep one on hand because it's going to have plenty of time before that other 64K fills up. But we're going to go ahead and put it just as a, as a step ahead kind of a buffer is what we're going to do. So now we can access all of our cells right here. We could go ahead and take all of these and just say dump them in here, and it's just going to throw them all in there like that for us, and we still have access to all of our items. So very, very nice system, I think. You could do this actually with less setup if you did it on the same system as your primary AE, but I personally like having the separate terminal where I have all my storage cells, and I don't really want my storage cells showing up in this crafting terminal because it kind of just fills it full of junk, and I just don't personally like it. So I hope that helped you guys out. And the next thing that I want to work on is I'm actually going to be releasing a video for Applied Energistics stuff later today, and I'm also going to be releasing a video for what we're going to be working on. But over here, if you notice in our agriculture area, I've actually set up some farms here. We've got a big variety of things growing. We got like wheat, carrots, potatoes. Over here we have like, I can't remember all of them, turnips, I think, cabbage, soybeans. And basically down here, I've just got the Ender IO inverted lights. They're pretty cheap to make. Lighting up the areas down there. And then I just have a harvester and a planter. And then my water is actually, if you notice, it's in these little compartments off to the side, spread out around here to keep it all hydrated. So that's how we're going to be setting up some of our crops. Not all of them. If you notice, I mean, like this magical crops and stuff over here are set up a little bit different. But what we're going to be working on today is actually a transport system that's going to get us from one area of the base to another, and it's fairly new. I'm really excited that it's out because I know it was in beta for a while and they were working on it and everything, and I don't recall it being in the pack before the most recent update, but I could be wrong. So it's a new the Viaduct from Thermal Dynamics. Really nice block. So let's go ahead and get some of those, and I'm going to actually request say 1,000 Electrum because we'll be using a lot of these, so sounds reasonable to me. And we're also going to teach our system to make these untreated viaducts as well as not those, the long range viaducts. Okay. So let me put these in here really quick. I think this one's full. We'll throw it in here. And to make this one doesn't actually do anything, the untreated viaduct, but you use it to make this viaduct. So you're going to have to fill it full of this Zephyrian Erothium, which we can make with Erothium dust, which is niter, blitz powder, redstone, and sand. But, lucky us, we have a fluid cow that produces that stuff, so it's going to be so much easier on us. I want to say... Okay, no, we don't have one over here, but I know we got one over here. So what I'm going to do... Let me grab a drum to replace this with. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab that. Oh, you know what? If I put a drum in there right this second... Yeah, it's going to get something else in there. So I'm just going to leave that alone for right now. I need to get all those cows sorted. But honestly, 256,000 millibuckets is going to be plenty for us. So I'm not too concerned about that. Okay. So, let's see. Our fluid transposer... Let's go ahead and set that on top of there. And for right now, we're going to tell it to pull from that. Oh, and you know what? Okay, let me get a fluid pipe here. Okay. And let's set it to extract. Always active. Insert. Okay. So let's order ourselves a bit of the viaducts. And let's go ahead and get, say, 100. Yes. Make a bunch of them. Alright, so it's going to get stuck right in there because it's got to make fused quartz and the electrum probably. Alright, we'll throw those in there and let them transpose really quick. It's fairly fast, so yeah, it's not even scratching the amount of millibuckets that we've got here. And they should be coming over to this chest, which they are, and that's great. Let's see, does this have any more of this? Not too much. Okay. Oops. Okay, and let me double check one thing. I did set this up to craft with fused quartz, correct? Yes, okay. Because I know you can use like the hardened and all that, but fused quartz, we've just got tons of quartz and might as well. And so the way these work, they're actually really cool. I absolutely love these things. We can hook these up, and if you notice, they remind me of like hamster tubes. That's what they remind me of. And so what we can do, we can actually click this with a wrench, and it'll open up. And let's go down below here. And we got what, Captain Spark? No, that's not Captain Sparkles. Never mind. Hey. Okay. And let's go down here. And we'll set that up right there. And then what we can do is we can just right click on this with an empty hand and config it. And let's say this is going to be, I can't remember what floor this is. We got floor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Because I don't plan on making it any taller than it is right now. And we're going to call this Agriculture F4. Okay, and then let's fly up here and set this as Agriculture Floor 5. Okay, so now if we click on this, we'll click on agriculture. We can see that we're on floor 5 right now. If we click on floor 4, we'll go shooting down here, and now we're on floor 4. And if we go into third person here and we click on this, we can actually see ourselves shooting up out of there, and it makes that really, really cool whoosh sound. Absolutely love that mod, this addition to thermal dynamics. And now what we're going to do here is let's set up something else that's really, really, really fun. Okay, we're going to need a lot of long-range viaducts. So let's go with, say, 300 for now. No crafting CPUs available. What all are we crafting right now? Oh, all that electrum. Okay, I need to make more crafting CPUs. One thing I am going to do is run over, make a lot of fuse quartz to help out the system, because I know it's going to be pushing pretty hard with the fused quartz aspect of what we're building here. Hover messes up my life sometimes. I love to just always leave hover on, and it's not always the best thing. So this, set to alloys mode, and this one on alloys mode. And then we'll throw a little bit in these chests here. Let them help make the fused quartz for us. The other thing that we're going to want to get is we're going to want just a couple of these long-range linking viaducts. So we're going to need some resonant ender and then just one of the standard viaducts. So let me go ahead and break that for right now. Let me order some of these viaducts here. And I'm going to cut camera for just a minute while I get this stuff processed. And then I'll be back in just... Okay, welcome back. So let's grab some of our untreated viaducts here and these long range ones that we've got made so far. And I've been throwing that fused quartz in there, which has really helped boost the system. And these are all long range. What do I do with the... Huh. Oh, that's right, they went into here. Okay, I was kind of confused there for a second. But, alright, these aren't the ones I need. Not bad. Okay, so we'll grab some of these standard viaducts, and let's throw these into here, and they're going to take a little while to fill. It does take quite a while. So while that's going, let's grab our long range viaducts, and we'll just run over here. And then what we're going to do is, I'll go ahead and start from like right here, I think. Now the way these work, you can't, you see how they're all linking up? Oh, whoops. We are using standard viaducts. Whenever it replaces them in your inventory, it'll just replace whichever one, I guess. Oh. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was about. Okay. So we'll just run these out. But like I was saying, whenever you're using these, you have to make sure they stay at the... What did I hit? Oh, it acted like I hit something. It wouldn't move back. Unless I'm just going crazy, which is possible. You have to keep these at the same Y level, I've noticed. So, like, for example, once we get over here, it's actually running close to that. That's fine. I'll do something to make this look right. Okay, but say for example, if I brought it down, if you notice they do not connect, and if I come up here, and say right click that, doesn't do anything. If I click it with my hand, it doesn't do anything. So they do seem to need to be at the same Y level in order for this to work. But we'll bring this out. Okay. Man. And I'm pretty sure that where my lag is coming from with this pack is something to do with the Elorium farm. Because it's when I look in that general direction, either that or the reactors. It's one of the two. But I'm kind of at a situation where it's hard to say, like, okay, let me disable all my reactors, or let me disable my Elorium farm. So I don't know. We'll figure out something fairly soon to fix that, though, I promise. But actually, let me cut camera for just a minute while I finish laying these, because I know it's probably not the most exciting thing to watch. Okay, welcome back. Now, if you notice, I ran it all the way over to this magic area. So, let's run over here into the Fortress Olag. Oh my god. I think it just gets progressively worse. I don't know. Now, it mainly happens, honestly, when I'm recording, which, I don't know. I mean, I'm using, for those of you that don't know, I'm using D3D gear, which, honestly, it's not ideal for Minecraft, only due to the fact that whenever I stop recording with it, I have to restart Minecraft, which is kind of a pain. Generally, if I cut, if it's not going to be for very long, I just leave it running and then I edit it out. But you know, sometimes it's a pain. But as far as the recording quality, it's not bad. But the lag, I mean, I still get a little bit when I go over there, regardless. But anyway, but then we're going to hook our, because if, let's say you hook this viaduct on there, the standard one won't just connect to the long range one. So what we have to do is we have to use these long range linking. So we'll hook that on there, and then this one can connect to our standard viaduct. So we'll do that. And then let's go ahead. We're going to set up this. Right click it. And if you notice, none of our destinations over in the agriculture building come up. But let's go ahead and call this magic area. Sounds great. Sounds wonderful. So none of our destinations over here are coming up, which would be a problem. But what we can do now is hook our long-range linking viaduct up with that viaduct, and then we can just come over here and just right-click where these two are connecting. Just right-click it, and if you notice down there at the bottom, it says searching on side north, link to 102.64.46. And so now what we can do is we can come over here to our agriculture building. We can right-click on this, and you can see that our magic area does come up. And now if you notice, when we hit that linking viaduct, it's going to have to charge up for a second, all the way to 120. Which is basically just 120 ticks. It doesn't take that long. And it's going to shoot us through here way faster than the standard viaduct. And also these are a bit cheaper to make too, because you don't need the Arothium and all that. And it pulls us right here. So kind of fun. I love these things because they remind me of like those little tubes that you get for hamsters. Absolutely love it. And okay, welcome back. Sorry about that. I accidentally turned off my recording. Totally on accident. By the way, if you notice, my GUI, my UI is quite a bit larger. I had a viewer on my Crack Pack series request that I set it to large because he said it was hard for him to see on like a phone screen. So let me know what you guys think. If you like it like this, I'll start running it. I always forget to turn it on because I don't run it personally when I'm playing by myself. But I've been trying to turn it on for the videos. So if you guys prefer it this way, let me know. But if you don't, let me know. Say, don't do that. But anyway, if we go into third person and we go over here to our magic area, we're charging up. And it's kind of funny because he's like flying like all Superman style. And it is probably going to lag just because I just, had to restart Minecraft. So I apologize. But yeah, we're able to just travel between our areas. No problem. Now, one thing I will note is, let's go over here actually to do this. If you hit shift, it will throw you out of these. So if we do that, hit shift, and we can just move out of it now. So you can stop midway through, and it's going to kind of just let you get out of the system. Also worth noting, if you put these going through lava, that will burn you. So you won't catch on fire, but you will take a little bit of damage from being in that lava. So just a heads up on that. Anyway, I do believe that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I had a lot of fun making it. I know it's coming out later than anticipated, actually a day later. I do apologize for that. Part of that is because it took me a while getting Skyrim set up and everything. If you guys know, I've been working getting that modded out. It's done now relatively. You know how if you're familiar with Skyrim or modding in general, you're going to tweak and change things as you go. But I did get that done. So I do apologize for this being a day late. It's actually the first time since I started recording videos that I've had videos late, excluding Terraria, because Terraria's kind of got put on the back burner for a little while I was working on Skyrim. And now I'm having an issue with it and Steam. They're not getting along right now. So, but hopefully fairly soon we'll have another Terraria video out. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, please comment, like, subscribe. It's very, very much appreciated. And until next episode, do take care, and I hope to see you then.